Hi everyone! So this is a speed puzzling video that I didn't think I was going to make. Originally, this was just gonna be like a more casual Patreon video, but then I decided, you know what? I am just gonna tell everyone about it, mostly because there was a brand new event introduced that I've never seen in a competition before. So let's talk about the California Speed Puzzling Championships.
3, 2, 1, go! Switch.
So this competition happened in November 2024 and was put on by speedpuzzling.com up in the Bay Area in California. And the exciting thing about California states is that I got asked to join the Peace Corps. They won Nationals 2024 with a team of Andrea Pang, Becca Taylor, Kelly Burr, and Kelly Walter. And Andrea and Becca had also just been on the winning team at Worlds with Jean and Kathy Reuter. But Kelly Walter and Jean and Kathy are not from California, so they wanted a fourth teammate who lives here so that the results would count officially. So they asked me, and I was so honored to be puzzling with this incredible team. Okay, so the competition is on Saturday, and so I got in on Friday morning so that we could all practice together. This competition is sponsored by Boardwalk Puzzles. So the first puzzle that we did as a team was called Up at Bat. I ended up working on the top of the puzzle, like all of those little elements, and I barely even looked at the larger elements down at the bottom. That took us 43 minutes, which is a very solid time for a 1,000-piece puzzle. Then we did the 500-piece puzzle, Treehouse Adventure, and this one was surprisingly tricky. Well, it was for me because I started working on the treehouse, which took up a lot of the puzzle and was very confusing. Like, you can see how much more everyone else is putting in all around me, but it only took us 1850, and anything under 20 minutes I think is a really solid time for a 500. And then we did one more team practice puzzle. It's another 1,000 called Seaside Carnival. Of course, I was on Sky, so Becca and I did that together, and I think we worked really well together. We just switched spots as soon as we were both getting stuck. And once we got the two halves connected, we filled in the middle pretty quickly. So that was 44 minutes, which was just a little bit slower than the baseball one. So that night, a bunch of us puzzlers all got together to hang out and practice, and we had a lot of boardwalks on hand to practice with. Also, there were puzzle cookies in a puzzle box, because what's a puzzle party without puzzle cookies? All right, I am here at the California State Championships. There's Jonathan right behind me, the organizer of this event. This is going to be such a long day. We're starting the individual at 9:30 a.m. and then we have 5 events. The last one isn't until 6 p.m. So, I mean, I'm feeling good right now. We'll see how I feel by the end of the day.
This is exciting. There's so many people here today.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. I got the wrong puzzle. I got the wrong puzzle. I got... Ah!
3, 2, 1, go! Yay!
So first up was the individual round, where we're doing a 500-piece puzzle. This is the puzzle we got, and I like the text. The middle, as you'll see, was much trickier. But a huge thank you to Jean and Kathy Reuter for filming these clips. If you spot them in the background, they were actually there, but they were there just to volunteer and to help out, not to compete. So I didn't have a camera person covering the room for this event, but I did film my table for the whole time. So I started by flipping and pulling edges, and that took me until 3.5 minutes. Then I moved on to the sky, and I figured I would also knock out all of the text at the same time. And I had flipped into my puzzling area, so I was actually having some space management issues, and I couldn't do the entire edge up front. I actually glanced over at Andrea and saw that she started with the lake. So I copied her and I did the lake too. So by about 22 minutes, I did finish the edge, and then the bottom half of the puzzle really wasn't too bad. There was enough going on that you could keep moving forward, although you can definitely see how much faster Andrea is going compared to me. So then, jumping to 43 minutes, I finally finished everything except for the mountains. And Andrea is just about to finish her entire puzzle. Oh my gosh, that was such an incredible solve. I'll tell you right now, she was almost 10 minutes ahead of second place, which is a crazy lead. That is so impressive. But back to me. I mean, I was doing fine at the beginning of the puzzle, but then I slowed down so much on these mountains. The image was just so similar across the entire section. So you can just listen to everyone finishing as I'm struggling through. So I ended up at 59:15, just barely under an hour, and that put me in 9th place. Here is the top 15, so you can really see just how far ahead Andrea was. And here's everyone. So even though it was a tricky one, the majority of people did finish within the time limit. All right, individual's over, and we have a special guest. It is Yvonne, who once again beat me.
Yeah. Although there's the one time that you can claim that you beat me in semifinals.
Yeah, at Worlds. At Worlds, I beat her once. Anyway, next we have the pairs relay. So my pairs partner is Allie.
Yeah, it should be an interesting format. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know how to strategize this because we've never done this before.
Also, this is our first time puzzling together too, so it's a lot of firsts. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun. This one is just like a fun event.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all fun, but this one
is
is
extra fun.
Is more fun.
Ready? We will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy.
Wait.
You just did that one. Do that one. Do that one.
Wait. I come up. Okay.
This one is that one. Do you want that one?
Oh, wait.
There you go.
Sorry. That was very confusing.
Good.
All right. So that was a chaotic start, which was entirely my fault. But let me explain how this event works. Each pair gets 2 small puzzles, and each person works on one of them. Then, every 5 minutes, we switch spots and work on the other puzzle. And when one puzzle gets finished, then we switch back and forth on the other one, again, every 5 minutes. And the winners are whichever pair finishes both puzzles first. So these are the 2 puzzles we got. And the baseball one might look familiar because we literally just did it as a teams puzzle the day before. However, I actually think that might have hurt me a little because I tried to work on the part that I already knew, like the top part of the puzzle. But what I should have done is do the entire edge for Allie to work off of.
Switch.
Okay, I have the pins there, so okay.
Okay, so after the first switch, I was now working on the easier puzzle with the nice gradient sky. That one was pretty straightforward, but the baseball one definitely would have been faster if we had the entire edge done, since Allie wasn't as familiar with the image. But I was doing great on the lake puzzle. I got the entire sky done in those 5 minutes.
Switch.
I try to start blue for you over there, and then there's like a dark reddish orange.
Okay, during this third segment, Allie made so much progress on the lake puzzle, so I knew I'd be able to finish it during the next 5 minutes. But on the baseball one, I still didn't do the entire edge, and we just weren't very organized on this one.
Switch.
Okay, I started pulling edges in case you wanted to work on those.
You started sorting them, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I got this. Not everyone's stressful has so much.
No, you're good.
So I finished the first puzzle at about 16 minutes, but now we still have to switch back and forth on the second puzzle. So I could talk to Allie, but I wasn't allowed to touch the puzzle. I could also look around the room to see everyone else's progress, and also study the image so that I was ready to go for the next time we switched. But right before the next switch, Kelly and Clara finished for first place. So great job to them.
Switch.
Oh my god.
It's so stressful.
This is too much. I hate this now.
Okay, you can do it.
Guys, there is nothing more stressful than trying to speed puzzle with your partner staring at you, knowing that both of your fates are in just your hands. I thought I might be able to finish it during this segment, but with other pairs finishing all around us, I was so stressed. And also remember, I was working on the part of the puzzle that I had barely even looked at when we did it as a team.
Great job. Oh my god, I hope it didn't stress you.
That was so stressful.
I was like, Allie, stop talking.
So we ended up in 8th place with a time of 24:35. Once again, here is a look at the top 15, and here's everyone. So most pairs finished it within the hour. And I love that Jonathan is introducing fun experimental events like this. I think there are so many interesting ways to race puzzles that aren't just the classic competition structure that's been established. I loved switching back and forth, and I love that there are new strategies you would need to develop for this. I'd love to even see it with full-size 500-piece puzzles, or maybe a team relay where you have 4 people circling around. There are just so many ways that you can do this. Like, I have so many ideas. All right, it is time now for the pairs event. I'm already so tired. I literally just put my head down for like a 10-minute mini nap. But let me just show you what this table is gonna look like. So on one side, we have me and Becca, and then we're sharing a table with the other half of our team, Andrea and Kelly. And yesterday, we perfectly tied a puzzle, so this is going to be really interesting. So I didn't show this before, but we had also done some pairs practice the day before, since we had 2 copies of the same puzzle, and we were neck and neck the entire time. And then, if I slow down the time lapse, it was a perfect tie. So now we're about to have a rematch. What could it be? What could it be? Also, I have no pair yet. Becca's still working. Am I gonna have to do this all by myself? All right, Becca, how are you feeling?
Excited.
Are we gonna win?
Duh. We're feeling ready. Ready to take on the competition.
They're going down, so far down, and we're going up.
We will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, enjoy.
So this is the puzzle that we got for pairs. And I really like this style of puzzle from Boardwalk. Something about the bright colors and the blocks of solid color, it just speaks to me. Well, the individual puzzle did not speak to me, but this one was speaking to me. So Becca worked on the edge while I filled in the text and the sky, and then I kept working down and she kept working up. This weekend was the first time we had ever puzzled as a pair together, and we just worked together so well. Like, we were completely in sync with each other. So at 29 minutes, we're already in the home stretch, and this is where I was really feeling that adrenaline. When you're almost done and no one else has finished yet, and you're just waiting for someone else to snatch first place right before you. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is about these. Something about this illustration style, it just clicks. I don't know, I just got it. So, we won! That was such a huge surprise. I thought we'd do well, but I didn't expect us to get first by a full 3 minutes. And I didn't actually get footage of them finishing, but Andrea and Kelly were in second place at 33:02, which is still an amazing time. And looking at everyone, again, most people finished it. So this was such a good redemption for Becca and I, because at this point, Worlds had only happened about 6 weeks ago, and if you remember, neither of us did all that well at the individual final. So to join forces and get a first place win only 6 weeks later was so exciting.
Three, two, one, go. Good luck, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy.
Okay, so since we had gotten first and second place in pairs, we were definitely the front runners going into the teams event. This was the puzzle we got, and I love this image. I grew up doing illustrations like this of a lake and a sky and some buildings. Like, it's a very classic composition for a puzzle. So we had Andrea doing the edge while I was working on the buildings. Kelly was doing a lot of sorting while Becca did the light orange. So by 20 minutes, you can see us getting things in place and not putting anything inside the puzzle unless it was geographically correct. Then I ended up doing a lot of the lake while Andrea was working on the trees that were in front of the building at the bottom, which is a really tricky section, but she did such a great job on it. By 40 minutes, you can see that we're just filling in the last spots. And again, we had no idea if anyone else was just about to finish.
Huzzah, keeping me honest again, thank you. Table 1, first place, we're good.
So we got first place at 48:20. It was so fun puzzling on this team, and I'm so glad that I managed to keep up with all of them. After us, second place was at 51 minutes, and then third place was at 56 minutes. And then the Golden State Puzzlers were the only other team to finish in under an hour. And here you can see everyone. So it was only about half of the teams that finished this one. There goes all our hard work. Goodbye. Goodbye, puzzle.
Dog.
All right, we are at, what time is it? Hang on. All right, it is 5:10 p.m. We've already done 4 puzzle events today. We're about to do the team's wooden puzzle. Yeah, hopefully this is quick because this is a lot of puzzling for one day, but I'm still feeling good. I'm still feeling, ready to puzzle.
Start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so this was the last event of the day, and we were all so tired going into this, so we were hoping for something really fast, but this is the puzzle we got. It's very busy, and it has a shaped edge, so we couldn't even pull the entire edge from the beginning. I mean, it's definitely one that I would do slowly for fun, but I don't love this choice for a competition. It's just a lot, especially for the last event of a really long day. As Becca said, it was giving us flashbacks to that World's Pairs puzzle, but we basically tried to pull the most eye-catching patterns and get them generally in place relative to each other, but it definitely took a while to get going on it. Also, Kelly had to leave early, so Andrea's daughter, Clara, is joining us for this event. So, okay, at 20 minutes, it doesn't really look like an elephant yet. But by 30 minutes, you can see the elephant shape forming, and a strategy that we used was to spread out the remaining pieces so we could very clearly see the piece shapes. So finally, at about 40 minutes, we were finally in the home stretch. Here, this one. Hold on.
Oh my god, that was stressful.
Well, I missed the finish. We even ran.
So we got first place once again on that one. But I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle. But there were a lot fewer teams who signed up for this one. So this is everyone. This chart is all of the results. So that was it for the California State Championships. I got 9th place in individual, 8th place in the pairs relay, and then we got first place in pairs, teams, and the team's wooden puzzle, which I would say is a pretty successful day. Honestly, I think part of it is that at that point, I was about halfway through editing the Worlds videos, and so I was just happy to be out in the world, talking to people, and doing an actual puzzle instead of just sitting and staring at my computer for weeks on end. So as one of my prizes, I got to take home a wooden puzzle from Boardwalk. This one I did slowly instead of racing through it, and I loved it. So if you like wooden puzzles, this is another brand that you can check out. And then a big shout out to Jonathan Clough and speedpuzzling.com for putting on this event. Even though it was a lot of events all crammed into one day, the whole thing was very well organized and stayed on schedule. So if you want to go to one, the New York Virginia and Ohio championships are coming up in person this summer, and there's even more happening online. So I'm going to put all of that info down in the description. Let me know down in the comments which of the competition puzzles was your favorite, and if you want to get them to try to race our times, you can get them on the Boardwalk Puzzles website. I'll link all of that right down below. All right, your code word for the comments will be California, and I think that's it for today. So I'll see you all in the next one.